Good morning, Tony and Araxia. That's right, futures are rallying this morning. We've got the Dow up close to 800 points, and that's following reports from a clinical trial done by Gilead Sciences, whose headquarters, by the way, are located not far from you guys in LA. But their drug remdesivir has shown very promising results in a group of COVID-19 patients. In fact, of 165 patients, 113 of those were critically ill. The majority of them were sent home after just 6 days of taking the drug. So not only is it an effective drug, but it's also fast acting. We've got no fewer now than 21 companies rushing to find a cure for the virus. And this is the closest we've come to potentially finding a treatment that works. So this, and of course comments from the president last night that the U.S. economy will begin to reopen in phases as early as May. So potential for a possible treatment and the prospect of people getting back to work finally has those futures bouncing this morning. Guys? Yep. Well, speaking of getting back to work, right, the country's third largest movie chain, Cinemark, is hoping to reopen some of its locations at the beginning of July. Now, as you guys know, the movie business has been hit really hard by the coronavirus closures. Cinemark in particular has had to lay off and furlough thousands of its workers. It employs about 20,000 workers across the country. So they're hoping to get back up and running as soon as possible. But if all goes according to plan, it won't be the movie-going experience that you and I know and love. The company is weighing opening for just a few hours a day with staggered seating, so you're still practicing that social distancing within the theater. But there's also another issue, content. Lots of films have had their release dates pushed back due to disruptions to filming and post-production. So Cinemark is talking about showing what they're calling nostalgia movies. Those are old classics or new films that have recently opened up but are still not available on the streaming services. But you have to wonder, guys, will people be willing to go out and risk their health in order to see an older movie? The first of the summer blockbusters, Disney's Mulan, doesn't come out until the end of July, so if it were me, I'd probably wait until then or even after then, to be honest. Guys? Right, so if you're a Comcast customer, then starting today, you'll be able to access the company's long-awaited streaming service. They're calling it Peacock. Given the times and the rise of streaming services like Netflix and Disney+, it seems like it would be a good idea to launch a streaming service, right? But, like the movie industry, TV series have also experienced disruptions in filming and production, so the original content that they were hoping to release has been put on hold as well. So if you're a fan of old NBC favorites like Law & Order and Parks and Rec, 30 Rock, that's what you'll be watching until the new series become available. There's no word on actually when they're rolling out the new content yet, but I hear they've got a good lineup of original shows. There's a reboot of Saved by the Bell, yes, still featuring Mario Lopez, believe it or not, and a TV version of the book Brave New World. Tony, Araxia?